Matt Gay to kick off for Washington.
Here's the former Utah Ute, Matt Gay, to get this one started. And off we go in our nation's capital. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there on the first play of the game. 51 yards.
A 51-yard gain. First down, Vikings.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll go again to Jones. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there in the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
And he missed it. That was neither far enough. It wasn't even on target. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
That'll be called right side by the rookie receiver. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
To throw is Daniels.
And he hits him in stride. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
That is caught. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off, and then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
On first down, it's Krosky-Merritt. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. 22 yards. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. A pretty well-executed run. They were telling us yesterday, Charles, they were hoping to get everybody in sync. The line, the backs, and everybody looked in sync on that play.
They were in sync, and the field tilted. And that's where we get the term running downhill, because when you've got that kind of momentum and everyone's doing it properly as you just described, it does feel like they are coming from downhill to you as a defender, and that is really hard to stop.
Matt Gay to kick off for Washington.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
On play action, McCarthy.
Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
That's going to be a good matchup for him, using him out of the backfield and telling those linebackers, hey, you're not only going to have to try and run with him, but you're going to have to try and tackle him in the open field.
On play action, now McCarthy.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
It's Preston Smith. He gets the sack there. Well, they tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
McCarthy off the play fake. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That's down the field for Jefferson.
And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Come on.
At the 20-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Let's go.
Now Daniels.
Incomplete. They couldn't hook up. And what's going to be the final play of this first quarter?
6-0 our score after 1.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
70, 30.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Daniels with a give to Krosky Merritt. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Get it. Cowboy, Viking 18. Ready, ready.
Again, it's Krosky Merritt.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. Here's McCarthy.
He sets up the screen to Jones. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
To the air with McCarthy.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy. He'll try to do it himself.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
J.J. McCarthy.
A 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Vikings take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal.
Point after, right down the middle. And they take the lead here at 7-6.
Commanders 6. Will Reichard the kickoff for the Vikings.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead in the intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
To the air goes Daniels.
Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Ready.
Off the play fake. Daniels. Pass caught. It's Lane with it. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Daniels going to throw for it. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
10 at the 45-yard line.
Buffalo 18, 70 Timberwolves.
Daniels looking to throw.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts
as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
10 at the 26-yard line.
Here we go, set. Bronco 80.
Throwing now is Daniels. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the football back at their own 17.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead, finish up the half, and get on out and talk about it.
Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
30-yard line.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. McCarthy. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, Charles, we saw pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it. And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Cowboy 80.
Here's Daniels.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Get it. Hawk 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready.
Back to throw. Daniels. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
They go play action. Daniels.
And this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, complete. It's Lane. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. 43 yards.
And the Commanders have retaken a 3rd-quarter lead.
And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
The Commanders will line up for the 2.
Daniels going to try and throw for it.
And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
Commanders 12. Vikings 7.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
It's a gain of 34.
Vikings, first down.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. An inside give to Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying up.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. It was Von Miller who shot in there to get him down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball. I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Well, it was him as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
To throw is Daniels. These guys running back out of the backfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Out of the gun, they go with Krosky-Merritt. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 2nd and 6.
Ready? 68, Viking 18.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Ready. 70 Timberwolves.
A run inside, Krusky Merritt.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And 9 yards.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
And now they'll shift things around.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a 1-score game. They're in need of a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good.
They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
On play action, now McCarthy. They're going for Jefferson downfield.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
69 yards.
And the Vikings have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
But they certainly aren't afraid to dial up the long ball, and fans dig the long ball. And they absolutely needed it, and guess what? They got it. How about that?
And now a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up. So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt.
The Vikings will line up.
They're going to try and run for it. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Here we go.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Ivan Pace on the
A gain of 3, second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lane.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Pat the 60. Pat the 60. Ready, ready. Hut.
Looking to throw. Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have the Commanders' first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
This offense in good shape. 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. We'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
Second and 6 coming up.
Cowboy, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now Daniels.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him.
And McLaurin going to pick up a Commander's first down as he'll be taken down at the 46.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
18 Cardinal, 18.
Back to throw. Daniels.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line.
Oh, what a time for a lapse defensively. That turns this game right on its ear. And now, forget about going fast. They might want to take the air out a little bit and force the defense to use some timeouts.
Now 1st and goal.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves.
Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay.
That flag, that'll push him back 5.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal.
Viking 18. Ready.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
Here now, 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Bison.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
So it all rests now on the right foot of the kicker, Matt Gay. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Let's go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps